Hey everyone, it's John. Welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about the most counterintuitive path to success and abundance that exists in the world and why it is the only one that has never failed once. So if you're here today, there's a good chance that you have been working really hard, you've been showing up every single day, sacrificing your time, your rest, your peace. You've been pouring everything you have into a vision of the life you want. And something still feels like it is not moving fast enough or not at all. I see you, and I want you to know that what you are feeling is not a sign that you're doing something wrong. It might actually be a sign that you are doing something just slightly off. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what that thing is and the one shift that changes everything for you. So before we begin, here's the question that I want to ask you right now. In everything you are building in your life at this very moment, the career, the business, the relationship, the life, how much of it is focused on what you can get? And how much of it is focused on what you can genuinely give? Because here is the truth that changed my life and the lives of literally every genuine successful person I've ever studied. It is that the universe does not reward the person who takes the most. It rewards the person who gives the most genuine value. Let me repeat that. The universe does not reward the person who takes the most. It rewards the person who gives the most genuine value. Now I can hear some of you already thinking, John, that sounds great, but I've got bills to pay, I've got a family to feed, I cannot just go out there and give for free while my rent is due. And I completely hear that and understand your situation. But stay with me, because this is not about giving away what you cannot afford. This is about fundamentally shifting the energy from which you build. So every great wisdom tradition on earth has taught the same truth across thousands of years. The ancient Egyptians built the entire moral framework around that philosophy, that a life of genuine contribution to others was the highest expression of what it meant to be human. And the Stoics as well understand that a life of service was not just admirable, it was the natural law of human flourishing. So the oldest texts in human history across every culture kind of point to the same thing, just in different languages and different times and different eras. They give genuinely, and you receive abundantly, not as a transaction, but as a universal law. So Khalil Gibran captured it in 5 words. Work is love made visible. When what you do is genuinely in service of another human being, it operates at a completely different frequency, and you will as well. And the universe always responds to the highest frequency that is being put out to the ether. So this is the law of giving and receiving. And everything in nature operates through dynamic exchange. The trees give oxygen and receive carbon dioxide. The ocean gives water through evaporation and receives it back through rain. If you notice that what nature does is that nothing in nature hoards. They don't withhold anything as well. Everything simply flows. So it flows like a cycle. You put out, you receive, you put out, you receive. And the moment you align yourself with that flow, and the moment you shift from how can I get, just keep getting and hoarding, to genuinely asking yourself, how can I serve? other people in whatever way you can, you tap into the most powerful current in existence. Nikola Tesla said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Genuine service raises your frequency every single time. And what you vibrate at is what you attract back into your life. If you chase something, a work, a career, a goal, from a place of scarcity, what you attract is more scarcity. But if you serve from genuine love, abundance, service, freedom, without expecting anything in return, you don't have to, but the universe will give you that thing. And you will attract everything that love creates, because you give genuine love. So if you think this is just some bogus hogwash, I want to tell you that science has now confirmed what the ancient teachers were pointing to for thousands of years. A Harvard study found that people who consistently prioritize helping others are significantly more likely to reach the top of their fields than people who are takers or matchers. So matchers are people who just match you one for one. They don't really want to give you more, but they do it as a one-to-one transaction. And those who are takers, they just keep taking and taking from other people, money, business, and all that. And they are just selfishly hoarding. They're not going to be as successful as people who give. And research shows that businesses built around genuinely serving people outperform the market by 42%, and they grow 3 times faster than their competitors. If you take a look at the brands that you support, are they mainly just takers, or do they give something more than you think they take? Of course, you give them money, you give them your brand loyalty, but in return, they give you something that you cannot essentially touch and feel, but you know it inside. My favorite artist is Taylor Swift, and I feel that every time she gives back to the fans in terms of doing the best concerts and whatnot, I feel a genuine awe, and also a way of feeling like I support her 100%. But when she does things that feels like it's out of alignment with that philosophy, when she starts taking, which is like what she did with the most recent album with The Life of a Showgirl, I felt like she was trying to push for the sales and making many variants of one copy of the album and not giving genuine value and just wanting to hit a record, the record, then I felt like I couldn't really get behind that. And I don't know what it is, even though she was my number one musician, you get that when it comes out of a place of giving and just wanting to take and wanting to be number one, that there's disconnect. So Nelson Mandela says that what counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived, it is what difference that we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of a life that we had. Now, he became the president of South Africa not because he chased power, but because he gave himself entirely to something bigger than himself. So now I want to be honest with you here, because I have been exactly where some of you are right now. I spent a long time giving with an agenda. In my career as a real estate agent, I always want to, of course, receive nice commissions. But in that mindset, somehow the universe did not want to give me what I wanted. I gave, in a way, my effort and time because I wanted something back. And giving because I thought it would make me look good, or made me think that I would attract the right things. None of it worked. Because in essence, it was not really giving. It was a transaction dressed up as generosity. And the universe could feel the difference, because the universe not only reads what we say, but it reads our frequency. It reads what we actually feel, not the facade that we put on. You can't bluff the universe. The universe knows everything, right? So the real shift happened when I started to genuinely ask, what does this person actually need? Instead of what I can sell him or her to make me the most money. What can I contribute here without any thought of what comes back to me, even if it was just $10 and not like $500,000, for example. And with that mindset, I could start to see things shifting, and businesses started to pick up, people started to trust me more, and slowly things started to change. Not only did I receive more genuine clients who are ready to buy, but I also received better friendships, better relationships, and just things flowed much, much better. The right people started to show up, and the right opportunities started to appear. And I would tell you that things have never flowed like this before. Things never flowed this way when I was just chasing from a place of lack and a place of wanting to get something back. So always remember that a genuine service that you put out is always the right signal. And when you differentiate between those two energies in your body, in your work, in your relationships, I guarantee that you do not want to go back, and you cannot go back to a place of just hoarding and taking. So let me ask you something directly. Where in your life right now are you more focused on getting than genuinely giving? Is it in your work, where you are waiting to be recognized before you give away your absolute best? Is it in your relationships, where you are measuring what you receive before you decide how much you want to offer? Or perhaps you have a gift, a real one, that you have been holding back because you're not sure the world is ready for it. I want to tell you that the world is always ready for genuine love and a place of genuine giving. So I just want to leave you with a little homework for today. Take it like an optional homework. If you want to improve your life, you can do it. If you don't, I'm not going to force you. I'm not here to spoon feed you or like walk your hand through it. You got to decide for yourself. I want you to do one thing. Just one thing that is purely for the benefit of someone else. Whether it's, buying a stranger a coffee, a colleague a coffee or a gift, or sending a genuine thank you to someone who has never been like appropriately or appreciated. Maybe it's the janitor or a helper. Give an hour of your time somewhere, maybe to someone who needs it. Or maybe even just give it to the poor. If you see someone on the streets, that place when you give, you're not expecting the universe to give you like $10 back, but you want to give because you want to help. There is no agenda, there is no scorecard, and you expect nothing from the return. I want you to do all that, and I want you to write in the comments what you did, and I want to know how that felt for you. Because whatever story that you have to share might be exactly the right thing that inspires someone else reading it to take that next step as well to genuine abundance and giving. When we give from a place of genuine service, that's how we change the world. So we got to change it one person at a time, you and I. We have a part to play in this world. Of course, we are just a small cog in the wheel. We're just one soul among billions. And we're not here, we only have one life, right? You and I, we're not going to be here forever. But of course, we also want to live the life that we have pictured for ourselves with abundance and with love. And I want that for you, genuinely. I want it to happen for you. So if you feel like this is something that resonates with you, then go out there and change the world by doing one acts of service at a time. I'm starting with me, and the choice is yours. We'll leave you with that today. As always, you're seen, you're heard, and I deeply care about you. And I'll see you guys in the next one.